Rachel, are you there? You got a minute? Hey, Kylie. I'm here. What's up? I'll be coming to your high-rise apartment block later on, so make sure the door's open for me when I arrive, okay? That's right. Me and you are officially gonna be living together. Huh? Make sure the door's open for you. Living together? I'm not sure I follow. My belongings for the move should all be arriving tomorrow morning. I'm sure I can count on you to help carry my stuff in and unpack my things, right? Great. Excellent. Thanks, babe. Whoa. Slow down a second, Kylie. What do you mean, the move? I haven't heard anything from my husband or your parents about this. Yep, because this is the first time I'm telling anyone, you big doofus. My mom and dad are both on holiday in Thailand right now, and my brother's away on business in Arizona, so none of them will be back home for a while yet. You know that, right? Why, yes, dearie. It just so happens that I do, which is why you, who got left behind to watch the house while everyone's gone, are the only one left for me to tell. Does it make sense yet, blockhead? Some people are so slow to understand, like seriously. I do wish you would have said something sooner. Why do you think it's fair to spring this on me out of nowhere? Surely you can't actually expect me to make the necessary arrangements to take you in at the drop of a hat like this. I have my own life to live. You're putting me in such an awkward spot here. I'm sorry, Kylie, but I can't do this. And don't be so dramatic, Rachel. Besides, what choice did I have? Listen, the thing is, you know my boyfriend, the guy I was living with? Well, we broke up. Or rather, he dumped me. Can you believe that? Ugh, guys are such assholes. Anyway, that's why I have no choice but to move back in with mom and dad, and since they're on vacation while you stay behind to watch the house, I'm telling you. But, Kylie, this isn't your mom and dad's house. It belongs to me. What? What the heck are you talking about? I've never heard anything so crazy in my life. No, dummy. My parents are very kindly letting you live with them because you're my brother's wife. What possessed you to believe the house is yours? That's hilarious. Stop acting like you're the center of the universe. That house belongs to my parents, which makes it my family home, which means I have the right to come and live in it whenever I feel like it. You got that, Missy? How about you start acting a little more feminine? Jeez, Rachel, have you ever heard of modesty and reserve? Anyone would think you were a dude with how aggressive you can be sometimes. It's a wonder my poor brother doesn't divorce you if this is the crap he has to put up with. Kylie, listen to me. Just because your parents happen to be living in this house doesn't necessarily mean it belongs to them. Damn it, I have had it with you. This discussion is pointless because you're such a dumb blockhead. Let me make it real simple so even a moron like you can understand. The bottom line here is I'm flat out broke and can't afford to rent a room. Do you intend on leaving your own sister-in-law out on the streets to starve in the freezing cold winter? Have a heart. Oh my God, is this what you were really like all along? Am I finally seeing your true colors? You're horrible. Horrible. Should I tell my brother about this? You know, I think I should. He has a right to know what a cold, heartless monster his wife is. Jesus, Kylie, are you for real? Fine, you can stay. But I'm not kidding when I say we genuinely don't have any rooms for you to stay in. What about the room right at the back? That's my room. I see. Okay, I'll take that one. Kylie, this isn't your family home, and you don't get to make the rules here. I just want you to remember that. Who cares? Anything is fine as long as I get to live in a luxury high-rise apartment. I need you to leave as soon as you find somewhere else to stay, and I want you to promise you'll keep looking regularly. Yeah, whatever. Okay, see you this evening. I hope you're ready to welcome me. What's your problem, damn it? Where the hell do you get off on acting like such a sassy bitch queen while staying at my mom and dad's house? Anyone would think you owned the place. Excuse me? I told you to act more feminine, didn't I? What's the point in you being married to my brother if you don't even know how to be a wife? I thought this when I came home last time, too. I could tell there was an atmosphere, but didn't want to say anything because I'm so polite and respectful. But I won't stay quiet any longer. I have seen the way you walk around like you rule the roost with that horrible, arrogant attitude of yours. You make my poor mom and dad so intimidated they barely dare open their mouths. Then there's my coward brother, burying his head in the sand and never saying a word, pretending everything's all sunshine and rainbows while his parents suffer. I feel so bad for them. What are you talking about? Anyway, more importantly, hurry up and vacate my room. Pronto. My belongings have been piled up in the living room for days now. Is this seriously any way to treat a girl in her own house? I am sleeping on the goddamn living room sofa, for crying out loud. Wait, did you do this all on purpose? Are you bullying me? Did you already forget everything I explained to you on the evening you arrived? Forget what? This apartment belongs to me. It's my name on the deed. I pay all the bills. The furniture belongs to me. Literally all of it is mine. I have no intention of intimidating your parents, and believe me, I'm pretty sure I'm not. If they seem different, surely it's just because they're being polite because they're conscious of the fact they're living in someone else's house? What? Ugh. How many times do I have to say it? This is my parents' house, which means it's my dad's name on the deed. Where the hell do you get off on trying to steal my family's belongings? Stop saying weird crap, now! Why is it that you seem completely incapable of understanding the most important part of what I'm trying to tell you? The only one who's incapable of understanding here is you. This is my house. You're nothing but lowly vermin. That's right, you're the lowest down on the pecking order here, and you do well to remember that. As long as you're under this roof, my used underwear has more status than you. Hurry up and get out of my room pronto before I flip a heckin' switch. Do I make myself clear, lady? Kylie, would you mind telling me why my private belongings are strewn all over the living room and hallway floor? Oh, that. I didn't know you'd be home this early. You left me no choice. What did you think was going to happen? You didn't hurry up and get out of my room, even though I gave you countless warnings. So I did what any reasonable person would do in my situation and used you being out all day as an opportunity to take all the stuff out of your room and replace it with my own. Sorry, honey, it's mine now. I just made a post on Insta telling everyone about how I just moved into a luxury high-rise apartment overlooking the river, so obviously I needed a room. Now everyone knows how important and high status I am. As for you, you're now officially living in the living room. I hope you like the sofa, because that's where you've been forcing me to sleep all this time. Time for a taste of your own medicine. Holy crap, Kylie, you've seriously gone and done it this time. You need to quit acting like this. You had no right. Frank and your parents are going to be back the day after tomorrow. What's the problem with me living in my own parents' house? You should know you're not getting off the hook with just a telling off this time. What are you talking about? This house belongs to my parents, you frickin' doofus. Why would they get mad at me for moving into my own room? Anyway, the real parasite here is you worthless lowlife stay-at-home housewife. If you don't like it, then you get out. Excuse me? Quit making me repeat myself, you pea-brained dimwit. This is my house. My parents live here, which means the house obviously belongs to them, and I'm their daughter, which means it's mine too. Therefore, this is my house. Do you understand yet? God, you're dumb. How the hell could the house belong to you when all you are is a stay-at-home housewife parasite who leeches off my brother's fat paycheck? You're basically on welfare. Kylie, I'm not a stay-at-home housewife. Wow, really? Whatever. That doesn't change the fact that this luxury high-rise apartment belongs to me. This is a direct order from the daughter of the apartment's real owner. Get the hell out of this apartment now, you worthless, low-life, good-for-nothing blockhead parasite. Good grief, this is pointless, isn't it? Fine, I'll get out right now. Woohoo! Yippee! Yay! But you better not touch any of my stuff. Yeah, whatever. Finally, I don't have to tolerate you in my space anymore. You should know I won't be taking any responsibility for what happens to you after this. Whatever, you homeless loser. Good morning. Well, if it isn't my favorite homeless loser. Want to know what day it is? It's party day, because we're going to celebrate my homecoming in style. I invited a bunch of my friends over already. It may only be morning, but that just means the drinks are going to be flowing all day long. Woohoo! My friends thought your stuff being in the hallway and living room was weird. So I told them it's there because we had to fire our maidservant for being useless. My mom, dad, and brother won't be back until late tonight, so me and my friends fully intend to party all day long while enjoying the view from my luxury high-rise apartment. Catch you later, loser! Rachel! What? Where are you right now? Let me stay at your house. If by my house you mean the high-rise apartment, I already let you stay there for ages, did I not? But I just got kicked out. My mom and dad just came back. I was expecting them to praise me for kicking you out for being so arrogant and failing to fulfill your wifely duties to my brother. But far from praising me, they flipped out and told me to pack my belongings and get out. I've never seen my dad so angry. It was terrifying. They were so livid that they wouldn't even give me time to get everything together, so I ended up getting kicked out onto the streets with nothing but the bare essentials. Oh, so that's what you're crying about. Yep, Frank just called apologizing for your appalling behavior. He promised to return my room back to how it was before you let yourself in and kicked me out. What? I have, zero idea what's happening here. The bottom line is that I'm homeless. You'll let me stay there tonight, won't you, Rachel? Can I come back, please? That's not gonna happen. Please let me stay. I'm staying in a business hotel tonight. Huh? It's only a single room to begin with, and besides, even if I wanted to let you stay with me, it'd be against the hotel rules to let someone who wasn't a paying customer in. That's why it's not gonna happen. But I thought you were gonna go stay with your parents at their place. Originally, the high-rise apartment was my parents' place. Huh? What? I don't follow. I'm pretty sure I already told you what I'm about to tell you on at least one occasion in the past. But my parents currently live in Singapore as the managers for my company's overseas division. Your company? Singapore? They liked Singapore so much that they decided to stay there. Which is why my dad transferred my name onto the deed for the high-rise apartment you just got kicked out of. Wait, are you being serious? This isn't some kind of joke, is it? As for why your mom and dad have been living with me in my apartment, you know about the company accommodation they'd been living being demolished 3 years ago, forcing them to look for somewhere else, right? They did their best to find somewhere back when they got the eviction notice, but nothing seemed to pan out for them. The day of eviction drew closer, but they still didn't have anywhere. I felt bad for them and figured it wouldn't hurt to have them stay with me for a little while, kind of like temporary refugees while they looked for somewhere else. So I asked them if that was something they'd be interested in, to which they said yes. Now, it was only originally intended to be a temporary thing, but it actually turns out we all really enjoy living with each other, so we decided to carry on with the same arrangement. They've been living with me ever since. But I thought my dad was the one who bought that house. Do you understand you were wrong now? Rachel, what am I supposed to do? Why are you asking me that? I know it was your house, but I sold some stuff. Excuse me? I wanted to make up for some of the money I lost by paying for the moving company to move my stuff. What did you sell? Oh, just things like books, accessories, the printer for the computer, towels, drink holders, and the sofa. Holy crap, what the hell did you go and do? I knew I was right to take my laptop with me when I left. As someone who works from home, I'd be screwed without that thing. Jeez, talk about dodging a bullet. How much did you get for everything? Huh? The money. How much did you get for selling my things? About 900? Wow, you must have sold a lot of my stuff to get that much. You'll be paying me damages for the total sum it cost me to buy all of that stuff, and you'll be paying at the price I bought it. Damages? What? Yes, obviously, I shouldn't even need to say it. But you can't seriously believe you were going to sell a bunch of my personal belongings without my permission and get off the hook without facing consequences, could you? Or are you actually that delusional? But I used that 900 on the party with all my friends after I kicked you out, like on drinks and things and a DJ. Wow, incredible. Tell me something, Kylie. You don't have a job, do you? Listen, what I'm about to do isn't just to ensure you come up with every last cent of the money you owe me, but it's also to help you on your way to becoming a decent, respectable member of society who pays her way without leeching off others. I'm going to introduce you to a job that'll involve living on the premises in accommodation provided by the owner. Huh? If you have no money and nowhere to live, you have no choice but to accept. I'm gonna live with them? But where? I'll have your brother send the address of your new workplace soon, so be sure to make your way there as soon as you can. Rachel, can't you at least give me a tiny bit of information before I go? I don't want to talk to you any more than I have to. Rachel? Your outrageous shenanigans this time made me lose the last little bit of hope for you I didn't even know I still had. From here on out, me and you will have absolutely nothing to do with each other. Me and you are as good as strangers now. Rachel, please! Goodbye. With that, Kylie escaped faster than lightning. Where did she go, you ask? The only place she thought she still had a hope of finding shelter, her ex-boyfriend's place. Unfortunately for her, he had zero intention of patching things up with her and called my husband the moment he realized his psycho ex was causing a scene on his doorstep. My husband promptly made his way over in the car, bundled her into the back seat, and took her to his friend's fish factory, where Kylie would be starting her new life as a live-in worker. We found this out later on, but apparently the reason Kylie's ex broke up with her was because he found out she'd been selling his personal belongings online behind his back. She used what money she'd been able to put together with her illicit activities towards her moving fees, and that's when my part in this whole saga began. I promised Kylie I wouldn't go to the cops as long as she paid me back every cent of the total sum of my stuff she sold. The overall amount isn't actually that high, so I like to think she's capable of paying it back. It's also encouraging to know she currently spends every single day working like a dog under the watchful eye of my husband's buddy, the factory owner. Who knows? Maybe there's hope for Kylie to become an upstanding member of society yet.
Stacy, we need to talk.
Huh? What's wrong, Dick? Why would you just say we need to talk all of a sudden like this? You're scaring me.
There's something happening in the apartment next door right now that leaves me no choice but to message you like this.
Huh? How do you mean? The apartment next door? Wait, do you mean you came back from your business trip already?
Yep. And someone made me aware of the affair you're having behind my back, so I had no choice but to come home. I got on the first flight back here as soon as I found out you and the college student from next door are going at it like rabbits behind my back in the middle of the frickin' day. What the hell are you playing at, Stacy?
Oh, so you finally noticed then.
Huh?
You haven't been giving me any attention at all lately, what with all the business trips you've been on. Anyone would think we were strangers. This is my way of trying to send you a message, doofus. Don't you get it? I've been so lonely because of the way you treat me.
Cheating on me is your way of sending me a message?
Think about it, you dummy. If you, my boyfriend, realize I'm cheating on you, then you can't help but feel jealous, right? Which means you'll finally realize how important I am to you and change your ways. Simple.
What the hell kind of twisted backflip logic is that?
Don't worry, Dick. This thing with Chad isn't anything serious. He's still a freaking college student, for crying out loud. It was only ever a cheap fling. Besides, he has a girlfriend himself. We were just fooling around, you know? A bit of fun on the side. So chill out, okay?
Which part of this is supposed to put me in the mood to chill out?
Huh?
You say I don't give you any attention, but other than the mandatory 2-month business trip I go on every year, most of them consist of day trips, and aside from that, I just do plain old office work. How many of my date invites have you turned down by this point? I don't want to hear this crap about me not giving you attention because it ain't true. In spite of that, wow, Stacy, just wow. You cheated on me to make me jealous? I never thought you were the kind of low-life scumbag to do that kind of thing. But I obviously don't know you as well as I thought I did. I seriously feel like I'm gonna vomit. Me and you are through. Finished.
What? Why?
The fact you don't understand why I'd want to break up with you after what you did to me is genuinely worrying.
God, Dick, is that any way to speak to your girlfriend? Don't be such a dick.
I don't need to hear that from you. You're the dick for cheating on me.
Can't we talk about this like mature, responsible adults when you get home? I tell you what, how about we go on a date as soon as you get back? If I do that for you, will you forgive me? Or we can skip the date and go straight to the after party if you catch my drift. All right, I'll head back next door to our apartment, okay?
Are you seriously asking me that? After you've been getting piped by the college kid next door? I'm good, thanks. I don't want any sloppy seconds. You're disgusting.
Huh?
Don't you dare show up at my apartment. I won't let you in no matter what.
But why? Why won't you let me in?
If you do, I'm calling the cops.
But why? Answer my question. Hey, bro, you got a minute? There's something I need to talk to you about.
Hey, Elsa. What is it?
I'm sorry to ask you this out of the blue, but you did say you broke up with Stacy, right?
Huh?
Because she cheated on you?
Yep, that's right. She was cheating on me with the college student in an apartment next door, so I broke up with her around 2 months ago. With that, I sold the apartment as quickly as I could and moved back in with Mom and Dad, which is where I'm staying here at the time being. But why? What makes you ask?
Well, it's about Stacy. It looks like she was trying to put her hands on my husband this time.
What did you just say? Stacy and Ricardo?
You know how Ricardo works from home as a freelance writer, right? My company, on the other hand, while having remote work available as an option, are being pig-headed stubborn about it, which means I could totally do my job from home if they'd let me, but they won't. So I still have to go into the office every day. Anyway, to cut a long story short, Stacy seems to know my schedule, and apparently she's been showing up at the house while I'm at work.
Wow. Are you being serious right now? When did all this start?
About 3 weeks ago. It all began when I drove by the house while I was running a few errands outside the office. I saw Ricardo inviting Stacy into the house, and they looked way, way more intimate than they should. I was pretty sure I knew what I was seeing, but I didn't want to make any accusations without more concrete evidence. So I decided to set up a hidden camera inside the house. It turns out they've been seeing each other pretty often. They're both as guilty as sin.
Wow. You had the clear-headedness to investigate further before confronting Ricardo with it when you found out he was cheating on you?
Yep, I'm currently working on gathering more evidence.
That freaking sucks. I don't know what else to say other than I understand how you feel. You must be in a pretty unpleasant place right now.
Yeah, I am. To tell you the truth, my head's been all over the place. But there's just one thing I can't seem to understand.
What is it?
Why would Stacy go after Ricardo? She's done nothing but insult him since they first met all those years ago. She calls him ugly, pathetic, a no-good loser. She practically calls him every name under the sun. I'll never forget the time she burst out into a maniacal fit of laughter after saying, "You did well to marry a wet noodle like him, girl," in the smuggest, most condescending tone you could imagine.
Jesus, I knew she wasn't his biggest fan, but I had no idea she was so horrible about it. You're right. Why the hell would she go after him if that's what she really thinks of him? When was all this? Maybe she changed her opinion of him?
No, you see, here's the thing. She said that to me the day before you broke up with her.
Wow, really? So one day she's insulting the crap out of him, the next they're in bed together? She'd go as far as risking an affair with a married man when she doesn't even like him? This makes zero sense.
Right? I'm so confused. And no matter how hard I try, I can't seem to come up with a rational explanation. That's why I wanted to talk to you about it.
I see.
So, what do you think? Can you think of any reason she might be doing this? They're the last two people on Earth I'd ever imagine being in a relationship together. My jaw almost hit the floor when I realized what they were up to.
But to be honest, I can't say I'm totally stumped. Listen, Elsa. This might be a long shot, but from where I'm standing, it definitely seems plausible.
What is it, Dick? Do you know something?
It's about the reason she cheated on me with the college kid from next door. She said she only did it to make me jealous.
What? To make you jealous?
Apparently her plan was for me to catch her cheating to make me feel jealous. Then I realized how important she was to me. Go crawling back to her begging for forgiveness out of fearing of losing her, and we live happily ever after. In her mind, that's how the whole thing was supposed to go down.
What the hell?
No way. Could she be doing the same thing with Ricardo now for the same reason? If so, it looks like you've been dragged into my mess. If that's the case, I'm really, really sorry.
This isn't your fault, and you don't have a thing to apologize for. Her thinking's so warped and twisted that it's impossible to say what her real motivations are. Besides, Ricardo's just as much to blame for getting involved with such a malicious, vindictive woman. That's why you don't have anything to apologize for.
Thank you, sis. Anyway, if there's a chance that is why she's doing it, that makes me officially involved now. What are we gonna do about this? If you want me to contact her, I can.
Do you think you could wait 2 or 3 more days before you do?
How come?
I hired a private investigator to look into the affair and gather as much evidence as possible. And I'm also currently in talks with a lawyer. I think I'll have everything I need in 2 or 3 more days, so I'd appreciate if you could hold off for a little while.
Ah, I see. That makes sense. All right, got it.
Hey, Dick. Long time no see. Have you finally calmed down now? You got yourself pretty worked up before, huh? I figured I'd message you, because I know you're probably consumed with soul-crushing regret over your unfortunate decision to break up with me. But as for me, I'm not sure I'm ready to forgive you for the awful way you treated me. So your second chance might not be on the cards for a while yet. Which is why I've decided to let you do a little test to see if you're worthy of my forgiveness. You see, Dick, the thing is, I'm in a hotel room with your sister's husband. You know what that means, right? I'm in a hotel room with Ricardo. We've been in here just the 2 of us for like 4 hours now, watching the morning fly by as we whisper sweet nothings into each other's ears. I know you can be dense sometimes, but you do understand what this means, don't you? Hey, Dick! I'm spending the day with Ricardo again! Obviously, we're in the hotel room again. Tell me, Dick, does it hurt? It hurts, doesn't it? Can you believe it? Can you believe you let your girlfriend get stolen from you by a pasty little nerd like Ricardo? He has the muscle mass of a slug and the charisma of a sack of potatoes. And yet still, he managed to prove himself the superior man. But fear not, because I've decided to give you one final chance. If you can steal me back, I'll get back with you. Hey, Dick. Where do you think I am today? In bed with Ricardo again, of course. Lost in the throes of our sweaty, passionate romance. Not only that, you'll never believe it, but today we're doing it in Ricardo's marital bed. It may be wrong, but it feels so right. There's something so exhilarating about exploring new frontiers and breaking taboos. Apparently, your sister Elsa's away on a business trip. So there's a good chance my stallion Ricardo is gonna pound me so deep into the night I hardly get a wink of sleep. Oh no, Dick, at this rate, I'm not even gonna be able to walk tomorrow. Go on, Dick, you can admit it now. You really want me to give you another chance, don't you? The question is, what are you willing to do to win me back? Allow me to repeat myself. If you can prove your commitment and dedication by stealing me back from him, I'll give you another chance. Not only that, but I'll even let you marry me. Anyway, Ricardo just got done cooling off. Time for round 7. You must be feeling so jealous you can barely contain yourself, so feel free to come and take me back anytime now. Dick? What the hell is going on here? Some guy claiming to be a lawyer just showed up.
Hey, lowlife. Do you enjoy making my little sister cry?
Huh?
Is this your sick, twisted way of taking revenge on me? How dare you drag my sister and her husband into this?
No way, it wasn't like that at all. You blockhead, you couldn't have this more wrong if you tried. Sure, I might have gotten them temporarily involved, but don't worry, as soon as me and you get back together, I plan on giving Ricardo back to your sister. Which is why it doesn't count as an affair.
I see. So it's not an affair. You just did it to make me jealous so I'd understand how important you are to me?
Yep, exactly. That's why your sister has nothing to worry about. Great, now you understand. Will you pass the message on to your sister? I mean, please, a lawyer? I've never heard of anything more dramatic in my life. Talk about an overreaction. Will you tell her to call him off for me? I told him I'm not interested, but he won't stop banging on the door. Me and Stacy got back together so you don't have anything to worry about anymore. That'll do it. Will you send her that for me, please?
I did think you were just sick and twisted at first, but now I think you might actually be mentally ill.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Why the hell would I get back with you? I'd have to be insane to do that.
What?
You gotta screw loose at this point if you think it's acceptable to cheat on someone to make them jealous. Any feelings I have for you disappeared the moment I found out you were cheating on me with that twerp college kid from next door. But you couldn't just stop there, could you? Nah. That clearly wasn't enough for you. Because this time, you wouldn't put your hands on my frickin' sister's husband.
Quit blowing things out of proportion, Dick. I already told you. That was only to make you feel jealous enough to understand how important I actually am to you.
No. What you did was engage in an affair with a married man in the most vulgar, despicable way possible. You begged my little sister's husband because you're a vile piece of crap with no morals. Did you seriously think this was gonna make me feel jealous? Far from it. All I feel for you is rage and disgust. You're not worth getting jealous over.
Oh my God, don't even say that. How could you be so heartless?
Now you listen to me and you listen good. You're gonna go answer the front door, let that lawyer in, make him a coffee, and listen to exactly what he has to say. Then, you're gonna pay my little sister every last cent of the compensation you owe her.
No, wait a sec. I wasn't trying to have an affair with him. That's not why I did it. Do you have any idea how hard it was for me to get down and dirty with Ricardo? He is disgusting, Dick. His skin's all oily and acne-ridden, and he's as white as a sheet because of all the time he spends at the computer. He has the charm and charisma of a spatula. He's just disgusting, Rick. He's nothing but a gross, pasty nerd loser. Same with the college student. I mean, sure, he wasn't as gross as Ricardo, but I still didn't enjoy it. Why can't you see how loyal I am to you? Quit trampling all over my devotion. Dick!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the story of how my little sister Elsa ended up charging her ex-husband and my ex-girlfriend a hefty sum in compensation. Ricardo made no attempt to hide or make justifications for what he did, and agreed to divorce amicably. With that, the proceedings were simple and painless, and the divorce was finalized in timely fashion. Unfortunately, Stacy, in her infinite stubbornness and seemingly total inability to understand even the very basics of human decency, insisted to the very last that she only did it to get back with me, and planned on giving Ricardo back as soon as she did. I knew that trying to talk to her was as good as trying to talk to a brick wall, so I had no choice but to call her parents. When I told them why she cheated on me, and why she did what she did with Ricardo, a look of shame and disappointment too intense appeared on their faces that I kind of got the impression that in that moment, they wanted to crawl into a hole and die. In spite of that, they still agreed to pay the compensation on her behalf. Though I suspect that was more out of feelings of guilt towards me and my sister than wanting to save their daughter. Next, they forced her to sign a written pledge agreeing never to try and contact me in any form for the rest of her life. Last I hear, she lives with a relative who also happens to be an ex-psychiatrist out of state now, where she's currently undergoing therapy and mental health counseling. She claims she had an affair with my sister's husband to make me jealous so I'd get back with her. But to be honest with you, I still don't get it, and I'm not sure I ever will. Can you believe I was considering marriage with that girl? Talk about dodging a bullet.